In our previous videos about legal experts' comments on the voice and the veto power of the voice, we referred to the comments by Professor Greg Craven, who is a strong supporter of the voice. Despite his disagreement and critical comments on the constitutional amendment draft, he is still supporting the idea of the voice. He has expressed his disappointment with the No campaign using his comments to argue against the voice. In his interview with Sky News, he is asked whether he still believes that those comments are correct. In response, he states that his comments are accurate and he explains why he thinks that those issues with the draft are not significant. In his response, he makes 2 points. Let's hear them one by one.
Look, I think the voice potentially has a great width on what it would comment. I think that there are going to be 2 constraining things. One is going to be that if the voice starts commenting on everything from parking tickets to whatever, it will waste its own credibility. And that will put it in a difficult position and gradually it will lose its confidence. It will lose the confidence of the Australian people and Parliament.
According to him, while the voice will have all issues he had stated before about the purview and the power of the voice will not do that, because if they do that, they will lose the confidence of the Australian people and the Parliament. He is saying that the voice will have that unnecessary power, but they are hoping that the voice will not use the power. Why? Because it may lose the confidence of the Australian people and the Parliament. But the point he is choosing to ignore is that the voice does not have any responsibility towards the Australian people or the Parliament. The voice does not need the confidence of the Australian people and the Parliament. At best, it is only responsible to the Aboriginal people. So, if with the best intentions for Aboriginal people, it disrupts and paralyses the Parliament and the government to earn some benefit for Aboriginal people, it is earning their confidence, and that is all that matters to the voice. Please note that this is the best-case scenario. We are not even talking about extremists and activists in the voice deliberately doing this in order to destroy what they call colonialist Australia, with absolutely no care for the democratic Australia or non-Aboriginal Australians.
I think the second thing is that it is possible to legislate within the envelope of what the constitutional amendment says. And I have never shied away from the fact there's going to have to be very, very careful legislation to make sure that the voice does not exceed its position. So, yes, it's a challenge, but that challenge is going to have to be met both by the voice itself and by people who do statutory and constitutional drafting.
The second point he makes is that the government should very, very carefully legislate to control the power of the voice. Our question here is, why should we put something unnecessary in the Constitution and then legislate to restrict it? If the Parliament cannot write up a proper constitutional amendment proposal, knowing its importance and consequences, how can we trust the Parliament to do better when it comes to writing up the legislation? When the Parliament ignores the comments of many legal experts, the opposition, even its own Attorney General, how can we trust that their future legislation is going to be any better? In the end, we are not still hearing any legal argument in favour of the voice. All we hear is that it has issues, but let's hope that they will not become a problem in the future. Body. Please subscribe so you get notified when our videos are released. Let's unite together and fight for equality and human rights. Let's fight with this postmodern racism together. We are all humans, we are all Australians, and we all must have the same rights. Let's unite and vote no together. Share these videos with your friend and family. Talk to them logically and invite them to vote no.